Yo, what up? This your boy Kenneth Stones, aka Coffee Weaston.
This your boy DOE Good Brother Bowl.
And we are the Dirty Hills. You already know, man, you tuning in to 11:30 podcast. Mm-hmm. Not 7:30, but 11:30.
Dude, that's my job. Not 7:30, but 11:30.
Yeah. And you have been Dirty Hills approved.
Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. This is episode 73 of the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. What's good, everybody doing out there on this Friday? We back at it, you guys. Appreciate everyone joining me back here for the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. Wherever you're listening to me at, don't forget to subscribe to the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, you guys, and also subscribe to the 11:30 podcast YouTube channel, man. Don't forget to like, comment, do all that great stuff, man. We back at it on this amazing Friday, you guys, man. I got an awesome guest, you guys. Yes, returning here to the 11:30 podcast, you guys. The host of the Bet the House podcast. He's back in the building. My guy, Big Smash, is going to be joining me here this week here on the podcast, you guys. So it's going to be dope, man. It's going to be dope. But before we get to that, shout out my guest who was on last week, the Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan. Thank you so much. But you guys, man, we're going to get into everything, you guys, from pro wrestling this week, Extreme Rules, everything, man. Just talk pro wrestling. But like I said, also guest this week, my guy, Big Smash. Big Smash, what's going on with you, homie?
Chilling.
Okay, cool. I appreciate you, accepting the invite to come back on the podcast, man, and to chat some pro wrestling. How your day been?
Can't complain, man. Just doing everything I gotta do.
Okay. I like what you've been doing, man. You just did you just have the 200th episode of your podcast?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. 200, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very proud of that, man. That's an accomplishment.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I wish you the best on that, man. Keep doing that, man. But last time we was chatting, man, it was the beginning of August. It's now October now. But we're gonna chat it up about some wrestling this week. We're gonna start it off with the elephant in the room from what happened this past Sunday on Extreme Rules. Did you enjoy the show? Did you even catch it up?
I didn't really like Extreme Rules, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. WWE, I told you last time, like they was rubbing me the wrong way with the stuff that they've been doing. So Extreme Rules, I looked at it like, honestly, like a letdown. And I'll tell you why I looked at it like a letdown, because when you see AEW and you see everything that AEW is doing, and then you go to WWE and it's like, it's a letdown. It's like, I'm not excited, because Extreme Rules, first of all, I thought the Finn Balor Roman Reigns match, I don't know what they were trying to do with the Demon. WWE got way too much money to pull that stunt that they pulled. So yeah, that was, and then it was like, I just don't know who doing they writing. Like, they writing is terrible. Even after Extreme Rules. Now, what I will say is this. The Monday after Extreme Rules, and they had Bobby Lashley come out, and Bobby Lashley destroyed everybody and everything, right?
Yeah.
Now that was perfect writing. He lost his belt, but you still made him look like he was legit. Mm-hmm. I mean, he came out and he destroyed everybody, just him. And then you have him wrestle in the 3-way and you have him lose.
Yeah. That was confusing to me. That was real.
That's why I was like, okay. First of all, the counter reaction to AEW getting Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, CM Punk, you make Big E champion. First of all, you announce that Big E is gonna cash in his belt. So we pretty much know the general thesis every time 95% you cash in, you win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's been certain times people have cashed in and didn't win, but 95% of the time you gonna win. So when they did that, I'm like, okay, they gonna do something dumb. They gonna let Big E become champion, and that's exactly what they did. So your reaction to Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Adam Cole is make Big E champion? Nah, y'all gotta. No, that wasn't even the only reaction. They brought Brock Lesnar back.
Yeah, that was the main.
Huh?
That, in my opinion, I feel like that was the main reaction. You know, once CM Punk
that was like, it was like, okay, y'all reaching now. How's this for a reaction?
Yeah,
that write better stories.
Exactly, write better stories. That whole Big E thing.
You can't counteract CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Ruby Soho with Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Goldberg. We ain't seen CM Punk in 7 years. CM Punk had grown men crying.
Yes, he did. He had grown men crying. And in my opinion, them making Big E was champ. That was just a desperation for ratings.
Desperation.
You know?
Desperation. Like Big E. Here's the thing. I like Big E. Do I like Big E as my world champion? No. This is the same guy who runs around talking about eating booty holes and shaking his ass and all of this. Like, I don't know. Big E doesn't strike me as being a heel. He's not a heel. I can't take him serious as a heel. You know what I'm saying? He's not a heel. He doesn't draw me in as, oh, he's a tough guy. Did you see him Monday night when they announced the steel cage and his little promo? I'm like, yo, he huffing and puffing, and I'm like, yo, I don't believe you. Like, he's not a Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar could be a good guy or a bad guy. Big E, I think it's time for the New Day to end too.
Okay.
I think the New Day has run their course, and I know I'm rambling, but Extreme Rules, I didn't really do nothing. But that Monday night Raw, the one with the 3-way bout and all that, that was one of their better Raws in a minute. So, but it's like, it is a great time to be a wrestling fan right now. Yeah. Because there's so many avenues you can go and so many things you can watch now. You know, it used to be it's WWE or nothing. Now it's like, I don't want to watch WWE. Let me see what AEW is doing. Let me see what Impact, even Impact Wrestling, because what I'm hearing is they finna get Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. So Impact is looking like we ain't just throwing down, gonna lay down. But see, we talked about it before. AEW was smart. AEW said we'll never beat them. We'll never be bigger than them, right? Not right now. But if we do some shit that they ain't doing, like working with all these other companies, trading talents and all that, man, you're gonna have a ball. But I think, I don't know, because I was sitting there, I'm like, why are they letting all these people go? Yeah. You know where these people are going. I read some shit that they was gonna make Adam Cole a manager.
Yeah.
What?
Gonna make him a manager and stuff like that. Yeah.
What?
And that was crazy. See, go ahead.
A manager. Like this, I'm a free agent. I'm finna get ready to leave, and this is what y'all say to me. Well, yeah, we gonna bring you up to the main roster, and we gonna make you a manager.
It's crazy, man. You said it rightly. Like it's more stuff to watch. I just started off with Extreme Rules, Impact. I'm really loving what they're doing. I didn't hear about the Bray Wyatt going to Impact.
That's what they're saying. I don't know if it's been confirmed, but that's what they're saying, because there was a rumor he was supposed to show up to AEW last night and he didn't. So they were saying the guy Meltzer, he was saying he's hearing Impact. So we'll see. I mean, eventually, even if you go to Impact, you're still gonna end up working with AEW anyway. So, but I just think he would fit more with Impact anyway, because it's like, as creative as he is, AEW they really don't have room for another main event guy. They got enough.
Yeah, they got enough.
That's the problem. That's a good problem to have, though, because then you got to worry about Adam Page. He coming back. He's eventually gonna get his title shot. Mm-hmm. I don't see that not happening. But I think. But they did do something smart. WWE did do something smart that I thought they shouldn't have never did in the first place. They broke the Hurt Business up and they put them back together, which was smart. They shouldn't have never ended them. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, this was the hottest thing you guys were doing at that point. On Raw, the Hurt Business was the hottest thing. And then they broke it up. Mm-hmm. So, what did you think about Extreme Rules?
In my opinion, Extreme Rules was basically, I heard somebody say the same thing I said. It was basically WWE regular rules. Every match was basically regular rules. The only Extreme Rules match was the main event. Yeah, that too. The six man tag to start off the match was real cool. Didn't I like the fact Bobby lost, that match? But of course, he go in the next night, had that championship match with Big E. But I'm still not sitting well with it. The tag team match with Usos and Street Profits was lit. I like the fact Sasha Banks came back and the whole Becky and Bianca, they kind of like milking that. But other than that, the main event was kind of like weird, that we already knew. Yeah.
I think the Street Profits, the big dude, he's not that good. And I said this before too. They tag teams, they shit just weird to me. Like, here's the thing. You're making Omos look like a monster, rightfully so. Omos is big as hell. He's a fucking monster. But then at the same time, you're making AJ Styles look weak. AJ Styles been losing matches that he shouldn't lose, and I'm just sitting here like, they had AJ Styles losing a Riddle, and I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Yeah, y'all know who AJ Styles is? Mm-hmm. So, the Usos, that's another thing, because don't they got like a brother in NXT or something?
Yeah, they got a brother that I think they just signed in NXT.
Because they were saying Roman Reigns is in like 6 different storylines, and I was like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. But I think they're forcing Roman on us. You don't feel like they kind of force feeding Roman to us?
Well, I would say maybe just a little bit, because who else is it to, SmackDown is the only hot show right now and it's bringing in all the ratings, and like, who else is it that could do what he's doing? And the story that he's been telling for the last, year and a half? Last year or so with the whole tribal chief stuff, obviously we wanted someone to beat Roman Reigns. Everybody wants somebody to beat Roman Reigns. People thought it was going to be Finn. Don't know why, but obviously,
truthfully, the only person I really can see, and if they move him to SmackDown, then it'll be interesting, him and Bobby Lashley. But then it's like, you guys have guys over there. AJ Styles, I mentioned him. He's a main event dude. Randy Orton is a main event dude. Kofi Kingston is a main event dude. Keith Lee could be a main event guy. Samoa Joe, Damian Priest is starting to rub off on me. I'm starting to like Damian Priest. The last few matches he had done been pretty good, but it's like they forcing Sheamus on us, and it's like Sheamus is good, but you know who else that they got that they never freaking used? What's his name? The Switch Army.
Cesaro.
Huh?
Are you talking about Cesaro?
Yeah. Like they have talent. And they could do something with these dudes, but
in my opinion, it seemed like they just, of course, with Vince McMahon, don't want to use certain people. Obviously, him taking over NXT, we saw what he did with the new NXT and with the whole rebrand, and it's a lot of just new faces out there. You know, Cesaro, we seen Cesaro had that match at WrestleMania Backlash. After that, we ain't really seeing him no more. You know, it just kind of like been a shuffle of guys just over and over. So I definitely get what you're saying, man.
NXT got new faces every week. Like, it's no consistency with NXT. And Triple H, they talking about Triple H, he's sick and all that. No, he ain't. I think Triple H, Vince is a stubborn person, man. Like, he's a stubborn person. So I think you don't buy the story that he was sick. I think Triple H just taking a back seat, and this is the way to keep him off the spotlight without saying, hey, we got a beef right now, so we'll just say that you sick or whatever for the time being, but we're gonna take control right now. And it's like, it ain't getting no better to me. Like, you let Adam Cole go, you let Bobby Fish go because you feel like, oh, we got all these new faces, and it's like, you're giving us these people, but you're not giving us no story with these. We'll see these people once or twice, and then
you won't really see them no more.
Yeah, it's like, because they strategy used to be, we gonna sign all these people just to keep them from going to AEW, just to keep them from going to, because before AEW got on the scene, WWE didn't care who re-signed and who left. And then once AEW showed up, they started locking these cats up to 4 or 5 year deals, like Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is a prime example of that. Rey Mysterio is another one. They got hurt. WWE added more time on their contracts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jeff Hardy, even in his age, they are making Jeff Hardy a jobber. And Jeff Hardy can still do some shit.
Yeah, he really can.
And you're making Jeff Hardy lose to Damian Priest, lose to the NXT Daniel Cross. You got him out here losing to these dudes. That reminds me of AJ Styles. Like, again, y'all making Omos look like a monster, but Omos has a limited skill set. You know who else? I think they what's the dude, the 24/7 champ? I like him.
Reggie, you like him?
I like him. He got some athleticism to him.
He do. I was prepared to see the matchup between him and Ricochet, but I mean, like, I didn't like how they didn't go nowhere. I mean, I thought they could have really did something really cool. You know,
that's what it is. They're not gonna give us what we want. Like, we want Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. They'll never give it to us. We wanted Sting versus The Undertaker when they had Sting. They didn't want to give it to us. It's like the big shit that we want to see. They don't want to give it to us. No, we're just going to give you Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor. We didn't ask for that.
No, we didn't.
We didn't ask for that.
We did not. No, we did.
We're going to give you Roman Reigns versus Edge, or Edge versus Seth Rollins. We didn't ask for that either. Yeah. Because to me, they like the same wrestler.
Hey, that's what they said too. That's exactly what they said.
We did not. They just be. I'm telling you, they force feed us, and then just say, here, be happy. And then it's like, when we want the matches, when we want them, y'all don't want to give it to us. You know, y'all had Sting and Undertaker on the same roof for years. We sat here and wondered, oh man, who would win this match? Who would do this? Who would do that? And instead, y'all gave us Sting versus Triple H.
Ain't nobody wanted to see that at WrestleMania. That was the last match anybody wanted to see.
Maybe not. Maybe 10 years ago when they was at the top of their game. Yeah, hell yeah. You mean to tell me you couldn't give us a cinematic Undertaker versus Sting? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, that's what they need to do. They need to start giving us more cinematic matches over there. You know what I'm saying? But I just think WWE, they got to start giving us what we want. AEW is giving us what we wanted. Daniel Bryan versus Kenny Omega.
That was
that
beautiful.
Shit could have went.
That could have went. Yeah, that could have went a long time.
Now that's some wrestling for you.
That was good. That was good.
They got to start. You don't counteract that with Big E. No. And then now y'all bringing Goldberg back and just let it go.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you. What? Do y'all understand? Y'all are still a PG-13 show. So I guess they trying to turn up just a little bit.
They trying to turn up a little bit with the whole he said I kill you. And then I think what Bobby Lashley or whoever said, shit or whatever. So I mean, like they trying to turn up. So I understand what they doing, but it's really not working. It's going to take a little bit more than just switching champions or putting a champion on another guy that you really didn't believe too much story behind of. Though we all seen this guy for years and years and years with the New Day shaking his booty, talking about booty, this, and then he's champion. But he's the big muscle out of the group. So everybody would have seen like, okay, yeah, he would have been champion. Out of all the groups though. But I mean. What they doing right now? Yeah, hey.
I mean, when they tried to turn Big E. Remember when he first came out and they tried to make him heel with Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah, I definitely.
It just didn't work. Like we see you as a big soft teddy bear. Like we don't see you as this big enforcer dude. You out here running around to be, and it's cool. I mean, it's cool. I ain't mad at you, but it's like, I don't. He's an intercontinental champion or something. Not as the face of your company.
Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. But you guys, we gonna move on here on the podcast. What you think about the story with the Naomi thing?
Yeah, I honestly think she would fit good with the bloodline. I mean, she is married into it, so it would make sense. This is where you give a middle finger to Sonya Deville, and y'all. I mean, I hope something. You know what? The women's division is a mess. As much as they try to say the women's division is A-OK, it's a mess. You had Belair lose the way that she lost.
Yeah,
what, like 30 seconds?
26 seconds or something.
Yeah, and then it's like the whole Raw women's division is, you got a woman running around. She's a superhero. Like, we haven't seen that before. It's like, I think Naomi can wrestle. Yes, they have some good women over there that can wrestle. They need to bring back the UFC lady.
Ronda Rousey.
Need to bring her back. And at one point, she was supposed to have a group. Like, it was a group of them. I don't know why they don't capitalize on this shit. Just like the Bullet Club. They had all these guys over there. They could have did what AEW was doing. Capitalize. So Naomi, as far as Naomi, I would definitely, I mean, you never really see her on there with her husband. I would really start incorporating her into that instead of this storyline they got right now. I'm not a huge SmackDown person. I catch it every now and then, but Raw, I have my faith in Raw and NXT, but that faith is starting to go away. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Hey man, I before the whole SmackDown coming over to Fox and stuff like that, I was a big Monday Night Raw person. So you know what they doing right now, just like SmackDown, just been the only interesting thing.
Yeah, the Roman Reigns. You know what? The Roman Reigns, he's holding that show afloat. My thing is this: wrestling take storylines too personal for me. Like, for example, MJF and Brian Pillman Jr.
Okay.
They take shit too personal. They take real life personal shit and throw it in the storylines. Like, I get it. It's entertainment, but
so you didn't like what MJF did or said
I couldn't do it. Just like last night with the shit he said to Darby Allin.
Yeah, about the school shooter. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have slapped the shit out of him for real. Wouldn't even been no talking. See that type of shit, that personal shit. That personal shit, bro. That shit ain't cool. I don't give a fuck what, because they WWE used to do that a lot back in the day. Jerry the King Lawler, they did that shit to him. All type of shit. Like, yo, that personal stuff, like him telling him, hey, your dad's in hell and da-da-da-da and all this. Nah, bro. I get it. It's entertainment, but I ain't got the stomach for it.
Okay. I agree. I was just talking with a guy not too long ago about that though. But he's a heel though. He's supposed to have you hate him. So I get that aspect of it. It do get
but you telling Ric Flair about his dead son and yeah, man, some of that shit just was rough. It was rough to hear, and I'm a fan, and I felt that. I grew up around the dozens and your mama jokes and all that, but these people taking this stuff a little bit too far, like, so it's interesting.
But that's another thing I like about AEW. They bridge, they sort of like keep it in a way, sort of 100, like they, like you can hear them cuss on the show or swear, and then you have little storylines where, you can like get into it and invest it and believe in more.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit more leeway over there.
Yeah, they do,
And that's what's going to cause them to be so successful. But I got a question for you. The plane ride from hell, they finally put the details out about that. And we have been hearing about that for years. Did you catch? Do you watch Dark Side of the Ring?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Now they are basically trying to cancel Ric Flair.
Yes. I've been hearing about the whole cancel, wrestlers, and I saw the episode. This answer.
But I find it so ironic though. Like, think about it. Ric Flair was finna be the next one to go to AEW. Ric Flair they probably could have rejuvenated Ric Flair like they've done Sting and everybody else. And I was just like, yo, this is bad.
You know how I find it so ironic. I don't know if you watch Heels, the show that comes on Stars, the wrestling
That's my
show.
shit.
Yeah. You seen the episode with the guy, I can't think of his name but he was on the plane swinging his dick with the championship belt. That made me think of that incident right there, bro. I said, what the fuck is going on here?
Facts.
Like, and that came out that Sunday.
I actually like Heels.
Yeah,
I actually like Heels,
really
man.
do.
Heels is a good depiction of underground wrestling. I like it. The acting is good. I like it. It ain't too many shows about wrestling out here, and so this drew my mind. And plus, I like Emil. He's a good actor, so he plays it. He gives you an inside look on how underground wrestling really is. So I like it. But that's the first thing I remembered when Buddy was on the plane, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" But that shit went to hell, and it cost a lot of people their jobs. Like Tommy Dreamer right now is sitting at home, and it's like Ric Flair, AEW ain't picking him up. AEW don't got a low tolerance for.
Okay, Quick question, real quick. Now, after these couple of episodes and seeing Dark Side of the Ring, what you think Dark Side of the Ring's agenda now is?
To get people to watch. You know what I'm saying? If you've been holding on to this information, like you've been holding on to this information, and it's like Dark Side of the Ring, I like it. It gives you, and I gotta catch up because I only seen maybe like 3 or 4. I never really I'm always late to the party on certain shows, so I gotta really sit down and catch up. But I think Dark Side of the Ring, I'm not gonna say it's to exploit, but I gotta think about it. Wrestling been taking a lot of hits. You know, this is the first time wrestling feel like it's winning because they had the Me Too movement in wrestling. That was a hit. Everybody was getting fired, canceled, everything. So that took some hits. Mm-hmm. But you got to think about it. Look at Sammy Guevara. He got suspended for saying some shit, and now he's the TNT champion. So you can bounce back. I don't think Ric Flair is going to bounce back. Ric Flair is going to be in Hulk Hogan territory. Yeah. You know, we really still don't really fuck with Hogan. You know, and I loved Hulk Hogan as a kid. But after that shit, no, I don't give a fuck how much goodwill you do. It's Dark Side of the Ring. I think Dark Side of the Ring, I love what they're doing. Bring us to the light. Tell the stories that we want to know. Mm-hmm. You know, we always wondered about the plane ride from hell. We always wondered, but we could never get I just didn't like how they tried to throw JR under the bus.
Of course, man.
You know what I'm saying?
The joke is like all the old wrestlers is done. Like if any story coming out by them on Dark Side of the Ring or whatever like that, this is a wrap. You know, I never was a big fan of Hogan. I was my guy was Rocky. So I mean, what
somebody said if they do one on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, they gonna lose. I don't know, man. Like I find it just to be so crazy. The whole story was just, you know, wild and stuff like that. And you know, Tommy Dreamer, in my opinion, I mean, they must have paid him a whole lot of money just to say what he said. But I would have just, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, controversy sells. Mm-hmm. Controversy sells. You were trying to stick up for your friend. I get it. But this is a different era, dog. Rob Van Dam said some shit that got him in trouble. Tommy Dreamer said Ric Flair came out that Ric Flair was trying to, you know, press up on. And Tommy Dreamer was just saying, hey, that's Ric Flair being Ric Flair. He was drunk. Well, nah, bro, you can't say that shit in this era.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You can't. Not in this era. Like,
I don't understand how Vince just didn't, like, how was he on the plane and, like, none of this?
I don't think he was on the plane, but JR was. And at the time, JR was running the talent. He was.
I thought at one point they said Vince was on the plane and he sent JR back there. That's what happened. But I don't know. Hey, it is what it is.
They are saying, well, Jonathan Coachman said Vince and Linda wasn't on the plane. The show said that they were. But he says they wasn't. So the people, the producers and all that said that they were.
Yeah, I think
so. I don't know. Sometimes they tell you we exaggerate on events for viewer purposes and all this. So I don't know. I just think, you know, they tried to throw JR under the bus.
Yeah.
JR wanted to fire Ric Flair. Vince McMahon told him no. Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying. And so, you know, JR had to come out and explain, like, hey, I wanted to fire Ric Flair. But Vince is the boss. Vince signs the checks. Vince said no.
Yeah. He said no. I remember. What's your thoughts on the Chris Kanyon one, if you've seen that episode?
I think, you know what? Chris Kanyon and the comments that, who was it? John Cena? I think John Cena was out of line. John Cena, Chris Kanyon was actually pretty good in WCW. John Cena saw Chris Kanyon, the out of weight, addicted, not the Chris Kanyon from WCW. So for him to say that was like disrespectful. But Chris Kanyon, I only seen bits and pieces. I didn't really see the whole thing. But I love Chris Kanyon, and I think his choices kind of pushed him out, like so many others, that live that lifestyle that pushes them out the limelight. Like WWE will exploit you for that. They'll get what they can get out you. Hey, we got this guy, and he's, his lifestyle.
Do you feel like if he would have still been around and he would have came out, do you feel like if he would have still been around to this day and maybe he didn't come out at the time he did, but it came out later, he would have been maybe a spokesperson for WWE, sort of like how Sonya Deville is now?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like in this era, WWE will make money off Chris King. They would make money back then, because you remember who was it? Orlando Jordan.
Yes.
Orlando Jordan was cool. He didn't play that role until he went to TNA.
Yeah.
And then he was open. He was out there. Just like AEW got Sonny Kiss.
Yeah.
Sonny Kiss can wrestle. But we're selling a storyline here. Sonny Kiss is a dude. We can make some money. We can get this community behind us because we got one of their own. So it's a money grab. Like with that, this is why I said they take your personal life and make it out a storyline. And I get it. I mean, it's a business. You sign the contract, you agree to it. Hey, we're gonna do this. You can either tell them no, or you can say yeah. So Chris Kanyon, I'ma definitely check him out. It's a few more I want to check out. It's another WWE show, Treasures or some shit. I have never seen it.
Oh yeah.
But I plan on checking it out. Like I be podcasting so much. So I be wanting to catch this stuff. But I normally wait for the season to end. And then I can binge watch all of them. Yeah. Without having to wait till next week and wait till I don't got time for that. Just watch it. And that's what I be trying to tell my kids. Like they watch this new era wrestling and I'm like, man, this is not real wrestling. We gotta take y'all back to the Attitude Era. But then I couldn't even let them watch that. I could just tell them about it. Like, because the Attitude Era was something different. That was a moment in wrestling we'll never get back. The Attitude Era, the best era of wrestling. Yeah. WWE versus WCW, WWF versus WCW, the best era of wrestling. Like this era here now, the battles, the back and forth is close. But ain't nothing touching the Attitude Era.
Nothing would touch that era because of the superstars that we had.
Yeah,
at that point.
Yeah.
So
nobody had the charisma that DX, Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. These guys are drinking beers, telling motherfuckers to suck it, poontang pie and all this stuff. In this era, try that in this era, you're getting canceled.
Yes,
I'm surprised nobody has went back and pulled up. You know how the internet do. They pull back old shit that you done said and try to use it against you. So I mean, man, y'all would hate that era if y'all went back and tried to Me Too that era. Oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah, that era was real crazy. Real sick, man. Oh man, that got me though. The poutine pie though, man. Like Rocky used to get him with that, man.
Yeah.
You want the poutine
and nobody knew what it was. I remember I went to school saying that shit and I got in trouble for it. Like my daddy whooped my ass when he found out what I told the teacher. Cause I asked the teacher for some poontang pie and I didn't know what the fuck it was. I just something that I got off TV. Like shit, I didn't know. Shit, I learned that day.
Hey man, I'm right with you. I remember saying that. I was like, yeah, man, some poutine pops. Like what? But we gonna move on here on the podcast. We was talking about AEW, and AEW is real high on their momentum. What's your thoughts on AEW starting the foundations for Owen Hart and the John Hupper Foundation?
I love that. I love that. AEW is doing shit that WWE should have been did. The Owen Hart thing is so dope because the wife is standing behind it. You know what I'm saying? AEW, Tony Khan. You know what? Tony Khan is a he's a wrestling fan. So he knows what us fans want to see. You know what I'm saying? I have to give him that. He knows what we want to see. He's doing the shows and telling the stories that we want to see. So I thought it was dope. I think the John Huber Foundation is dope. Like he is doing the things that we as wrestling fans want to see. You know, and you can't do nothing but enjoy it. Yeah.
I think that Owen Hart, foundation, even both of them, but the Owen Hart Foundation is even bigger, than him going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Obviously he wanted that for so many years.
I think WWE dropped the ball on so many things. AEW is like, okay, we're learning from their mistakes. We're not gonna give y'all everything y'all want, but we gonna work with y'all. And AEW is not forcing people on us. Like AEW is building some legit stars over there. Yeah, they going after the CM Punks and all that, but they got some legit dudes over there that we are invested in. Like I was telling my homie, I was like, Powerhouse Hobbs is a star. Yeah, he's a star. He's what Big E should be. And I like how when guys are over there, they're not over there to just make money. They're over there to actually help. Yeah. That's what I like. You over there actually making to help. You ain't over there looking for your last paycheck.
Exactly.
So that's what makes the business better. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, they would not be able to fit in AEW because they wouldn't be there for the right reasons. And I love Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, but let's take it what it is. They are money grabbers. They don't care about. WCW dropped the ball when WCW started giving everybody free reign. Hey, I got control over my storyline. I don't like this. I don't want to lose. I don't want to do this. And then that's how AEW is giving us the matches that we want. They got stars. Darby Allin is a star. MJF is a star. Jungle Boy is a star. Orange Cassidy is a star. Sammy Guevara is a star. They are building their own stars. And the Young Bucks, all them guys are stars. And they're young.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're 30, 35. They're not forcing us to, hey, well, let's go back and let's put Sting in a match and give Sting a title shot. Let's bring Jake the Snake and put him out. Like WWE is doing that shit and it's pissing me off. Like, yo, we don't want to see Goldberg 50 million times. Goldberg should definitely be a novelty act. Goldberg, do it like The Undertaker. We knew a couple weeks before WrestleMania we was going to see Undertaker. It was guaranteed. We didn't need to see Undertaker all year. We would have liked to, but we didn't need to see him all year long. We need to see him. WrestleMania time come, Undertaker going to come. He going to deliver. He going to ride out. He going to do something to keep us wondering, oh, is Undertaker done? Is he coming back in next year? Around the same time, here he come. That's what I think. Brock Lesnar, if Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and all these guys ain't gonna be full time, I don't really want to see them. When y'all become desperate. Don't use them when y'all become desperate. Use them I get it. Because in the Attitude Era, everybody was a star.
Yeah.
Everybody was a star.
And now they don't have that.
They don't have it because they either letting it go or they're not developing right.
Mm-hmm.
You can have somebody go on a rampage. Look at Malachi Black.
I know, right? Went over there and became they next big star.
And again, these are young dudes, 25, 26, 30, 35. All these young dudes are coming over there and they killing shit. And then that's a big problem. I would love to have that problem where WWE would love to have that problem where any given night you got too many stars, but you can make something great out of them. That's what WWE was. Mm-hmm. And then they just started doing dumb shit, letting people go, letting people leave, telling people, hey, we're gonna make you a manager. Adam Cole can actually wrestle.
I wouldn't even bought the fact if he would have turned into a man. I would have been like, what the hell? And as many times I say, I've been like, yo, man, Adam Cole would have been great on the main roster. But looking at all the past reactions and past things that they've done to other guys.
Because they used to tell Adam Cole that he wasn't the right size to be a main event player. And it's like, what else do you have over there?
Mm-hmm. WWE got this philosophy, man. They just want to use who they want to use, when they want to use it, how they want to use it. So, like you mentioned AEW, how AEW just give us what we want, and how you got Tony Khan over there who loves wrestling. Back in them days, like you mentioned also WCW, and them guys were like Creative Control, and Ted Turner, he was just the money guy. He didn't love wrestling. He just was like, yo, you know what? This get good ratings on my television network. We're gonna keep it rolling, and he really didn't care. So now you got Tony Khan who care about these guys' wealth, love wrestling, want to see wrestling grow, knowing what the other competition is really doing and not doing for the fans, and knowing that it's really money in wrestling. Like, so I love everything.
And here's the thing, like they ran Ted Turner out, they ran Impact down, they ran Ring of Honor down. They ran Lucha Underground down. And the difference between those guys and AEW, Tony Khan got money. He got money. He got money up there like Vince McMahon. So you can't run. I don't think you're gonna run AEW out of business. I don't think them other companies, they didn't have the funds that AEW has. Like, the dude owns a freaking football team.
Yeah.
Like, money ain't gonna never be the issue for him. So it's like Vince, they could sit here and say, oh, well, we're not worried about AEW. Yes, you are. Yeah, I would be worried. I would be worried because now their ratings are up there with you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're getting Raw type ratings right now.
They're beating Raw in the demographic every week.
This month is gonna tell us, because the hype is dying down from CM Punk. And I don't know. One thing I will critique about AEW, they're using CM Punk a little bit too much. I think you have to keep it fresh, but we don't need to see CM Punk every episode, every show. He's doing announcing, he's wrestling, it's kind of like, again, this is where you gotta bring people in. And CM Punk, yes, you used him. He from Chicago. He from my hometown. Yes, beautiful way to get him. Hey, bring him into Chicago. Bring him in the United Center. Good way to do it. But some of these guys, y'all still got to remember, y'all still got y'all own talent. But who will never get them love? Jim Cornette will never get them love, no matter what.
Yeah. I hear all the stuff he talks about them. Yeah, he'll never get him no type of, respect or anything like that. So, man, like I said, I love him what AEW's doing. I can't wait to see where it goes. Like you said, like how you said, has it wore off yet? To some people, it have. Some maybe not yet. But let's see where it goes with the whole CM Punk thing. Obviously, he hinted that he's down the line. Of course, he's going to turn heel. Because obviously that's the more exciting Punk that a lot of people will want him to see. The happy go jumping in the crowd, seeing, that's cool. It's great. We just got him back, for the first time. And how long, but you know, yeah, I definitely agree with you saying, and I heard it over a couple of weeks. Like, what happened to the originals? Like, it was this was after we talked on the first one. Dynamite, excuse me, not Dynamite. All Out came out, and it was just only one black wrestler on the show. You know, and not too many black representation. So
that's the thing too. Like, they was talking about all type of diversity. AEW is very diverse. They got something for everybody over there, but we are not represented. Like, they got some, like, they got a few black wrestlers over there,
yeah,
but
they do.
Not really. The only one really I see that can be a star out of that is Powerhouse Hobbs. Now they got the young kid, Dante Martin. I like him.
I definitely
high
like
flying. I like him.
Yeah.
So they got representation, just not as much. One thing about WWE gonna pull the reins in on you too. Like, I don't expect Big E to be champion for too long. If I'm gonna tell you, if anything, I'm gonna tell you, Kofi Kingston, I would definitely have Kofi Kingston turn heel. If I was booking it, I would have Kofi Kingston turn heel and turn on Big E, for the simple fact, you know, not now, but down the line, if I was writing a wrestling show, this would be the perfect way to do it, because
not Xavier though, because he didn't win a championship yet. You had Kofi.
I would have all three of them feeling some type of way, but Xavier definitely, yeah. He's another guy. I don't see Xavier as a world champion.
Yeah, I don't see him as a world champion.
I would have him feel like, damn, you two cats won. It's my time, you know. So yeah, one thing about AEW, I gotta love to see what they do next with Miro. Miro was painted to be this unstoppable force, and then he loses his belt after a while, and then now I have to see what are you guys gonna do for him now? How you gonna, because they did that with Lance Archer. They did that with Brian Cage. They had these guys come in. They gave them big pushes off top. Made them look real unstoppable. And then it was like, okay, back to the end of the line. Yeah. Brian Cage is a star. I don't understand why he's back there. But like I said, WWE, the writing for Bobby Lashley when he came out and destroyed New Day, he destroyed Bloodline, he destroyed Roman Reigns. That was excellent writing. And then you turn around and have him lose in a 3-way match. I get it, you trying to protect your champions, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It is though. And another thing, like I was saying, you know, as far as, you know, AEW not having, you know, black representation, but I think they get in there was don't have these new guys come in, former WWE guys, and just go over on all your old talent, your old originals, you know, like your AEW's, you know, guys. So I think that'll really, you know, help them at the next pay-per-view or just whatever, you know, like we would like to see, you know, these guys who've been here from the get-go, from the start win. Yeah. You know, like we all love Adam Cole, we all love Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson and CM Punk or whatever, Ruby. So, but you know, remember who we got here and you know how we got here also. So I definitely can't wait to see what's in store for AEW next. Can't wait to see. As far as that Xavier Woods go, like the only thing I can really see in him is being King of the Ring. Like I don't see him being world champion. That's the only thing he ever spoke on. Like if that's what he wanted to accomplish, and King of the Ring would definitely be. So hey, we'll see where it goes. Everybody wants the New Day to split up, which would be great, but WWE knowing them and how they write.
I just think it's ran its course, man. It's been like what 6-7 years now.
Yeah,
like let us miss them. We don't miss them. You know, we see them too much.
Hey, you're right. You are right. Hey, yo, man, Big Smash, man, I appreciate you joining me here on the podcast this week, man. Before you go, man, any shout outs and questions you had for me, man, anything you'd like to say?
Not really. Bet the House, all platforms. Bet the House podcast. Shout out to my man. Appreciate you having me back. You know, this is what we do. I'm a wrestling head, so I can get a little deep sometimes, but hey, that's what it's about. Shout out to you, man. I love the platform. I love what you're doing, so keep doing it.
No problem, man. No problem. I love what you're doing. Congratulations on your podcast. Keep it up, man. Keep going and keep doing what you're doing, man. Thank you for joining me this week on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yo, it's Big Smash, man. I appreciate you joining me this week here on the 1130 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, man. It was an awesome time chopping it up with you, man. For real, awesome time. And yo, man, it's always fun, you know, talking about wrestling. And yeah, man, WWE, man, the writing they doing and everything they doing, man, it's real funny, really sketchy. But definitely love what AEW doing. Definitely love what Impact doing, because Impact last night was off the chain. I'm loving everything. You know, the whole rumor of Bray Wyatt coming to, you know, Impact. I think that will really give them a boost. You know, I think they're really, because, you know, if you bring Bray Wyatt in, is he going to have any communication or altercation with Violent by Design? You know, so I mean, I don't know. You know, with Eric Young, what he doing over there, I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. And then you bring in Braun Strowman, man. Yo, I'm looking forward to it. And it may take place later on this month at Slammiversary. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna definitely see the whole Ric Flair, man. I think everybody canceled Ric Flair. And WWE canceled them. I mean, it's probably, you know, maybe they'll change Charlotte last name. Maybe they'll drop it. Who knows? They sort of, her name was just Charlotte. Then they added Flair, so they may drop it, bring it back. Who knows? But yeah, man, that was whole crazy, man. That was, yeah, this day and age. I don't know what Tommy Dreamer was thinking. Yeah, that's just Ric Flair stuff. Like, the whole Dark Side of the Ring from last night with the Explode, man. Off the chain, man. Off the chain. I'm loving it. You know, it's just wild, man. It really is wild. I was like, yo, it's so funny that the NWA all women's event was coming up, and the NWA, I think it was in St. Louis. Ric Flair, he was there. You know, he was there. I think he was at the women one. He was there at the NWA one, and you know, he got released because I'm pretty sure he wanted to do that. And then also, you know, when I was talking to my man Big Smash, with the scene where my guy was on the plane and doing his thing, so I was just like, bro, like all of this is lining up right now. Like this is somebody hit Ric Flair and was like, yo, it is not looking good for you right now. It is not looking good at all. And you know, he was just like, yo, I want my release, so I can just sit in the limelight and just chill or whatever like that. But it's not looking good for you at all. And man, that's crazy. That really is crazy, man. Yo, man, this has been an awesome show. I appreciate everyone who's joining me this week here on the podcast. You know, me and Big Smash, man, we're just chopping it up this week on Extreme Rules. And like I said earlier, man, it was just regular rules, bro. Like, it was only one Extreme Rules match. And then the night after on Raw, where Damian Priest and Sheamus went one-on-one. Then they had a what was it? No DQ, must be a winner and stuff like that. Why they couldn't have a triple threat hardcore match for the United States Championship? Like, I didn't understand it at all. I really didn't understand it. Then the whole Becky, my man was like, yo, man, I didn't like, because we was chatting a couple of months ago. Actually, yeah, a couple of months ago, a little before SummerSlam. Go check that episode out. Big Smash was on the podcast, the first appearance. But and then we get Sasha Banks back, and so I'm interested to see what's going to go, man. Like, my man Smash was like, I'm not a SmackDown person. That's the only good show right now. And NXT, I mean, besides having, same people on the show every week, I mean, I think that was sort of an issue with wrestling at one point. It was like, we just seeing the same people over and over and over. And then, the interesting thought that my man was saying, he was just like, I just think Triple H is sitting it out. It's just a way of, so that's interesting. But hey, man, look at it. I'm loving wrestling. I'm loving everything about it. You guys, each week I talk about WWE, Impact. I need to get on Impact a little bit more, you guys, for real. But definitely Impact. I'm loving what Ring of Honor is doing, even though, they, still doing what they're doing. But I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. What a time to be a wrestling fan, you guys. What a time to be a wrestling fan. And yo, man, for real. It's Friday. You guys, man, whoever was joining me this week on EB Radio this past Wednesday, and the video, man, got misplaced and lost, man. And I was like, yo, this is the first time, so yo, I'm always excited to do these podcasts like Big Smash. Man, I be podcasting, man. Like, that's what I be doing, man, for real. I just be podcasting, bro, for real. Yo, like I said, man, it's been an awesome one. I hope you guys enjoyed SmackDown tonight. See the fallout of the whole crap they did at Extreme Rules. Like, that's the way the Demon loses, though. That's the way he loses. Okay. All right. And then also we got Rampage, you guys. Daniel Bryan is going to be in action against Nick Jackson. And then we're going to have a triple threat match with Nyla Rose, Jade Cargill, and Thunder Rosa. That's going to be dope right there. I'm interested in that. And also our main event, Orange Cassidy against Jack Evans in a hair versus hair match on Rampage tonight. So, man, I hope everybody enjoy wrestling tonight. Enjoy wrestling each and every week, you guys. For real, we are on the road to Bound for Glory, and yeah, I think that's the big month. That's the big pay-per-view this month, man. Bound for Glory, because I'm not really interested in the Crown Jewel. We already know Roman gonna win, or they gonna do some DQ bull crap with that. But Bound for Glory is coming up, man. So you guys, we're gonna cover that in the coming weeks, and also we're gonna have more independent wrestlers to shine some light on them. You guys here on the podcast, you guys, for real, it's gonna be awesome in the coming weeks, you guys. But before we go, I just want to remind everyone to don't forget to subscribe. Yes, subscribe to the 1130 podcast on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts is at, man. Make sure you subscribe to the 1130 podcast and the 1130 podcast Talk Pro Wrestling also, wherever you get your podcasts is at. And also, you guys, man, the 100th episode of the 1130 podcast is coming at you guys October 27th. Yes, man. So don't miss it, man. Don't miss it. It's coming at you guys, man, on EB Radio and YouTube, you guys. So tune in for real. And last but not least, make sure you tune in each Wednesday for the 1130 podcast, streaming on EB Radio and YouTube at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yo, it's been an awesome one, man. It's been an awesome one. I love it. Hope you guys stay blessed and enjoy your weekend. For real, October is here, and to give all the glory to Almighty, man. For real, He will do it. He will do it. Yo, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and I'm out.